another episode of Zarinah Cooks with Love. I am Zarinah Cooks, and today I'm making one of my most favorite things to eat ever, which is shrimp and grits. There's so many ways to make them. I prepare them all sorts of ways, but this is what I'm going to be doing for you today, so let's get started. You are going to need some shrimp, of course. You are also going to need some chopped white onion. I also have some andouille sausage, some green onion, and a little bit of bell pepper. Of course, for the rest of this, for my grits, you're going to need some cheese. That is a cheddar Gouda mix. You're going to need grits, of course, salt. That is dried parsley, a little Worcestershire sauce, paprika, garlic, seafood seasoning. That is actually the seafood seasoning that I think I told you all about. I got that from Marshall's, I believe, and a little bit of Tony's Cajun. So let's get started. So what we're going to do first is we're going to get our grits on. I like my grits to cook low and slow, so that's usually the first thing that I do. So you want to salt your water. You can also prepare your grits in chicken stock or put bouillon in your water, but I am not doing that this time, just salting the water, and then I'm moving on with my shrimp. I am going in with a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, some seafood seasoning, and I am also seasoning my shrimp with some garlic powder along with some parsley and paprika. And I am preparing just one serving. I shared with you all many a times already. My daughter does not eat what I cook, and it's only the two of us in my household. So this is a individual portion, so you will scale up if you are making this for multiple people. So we want to go ahead and give our shrimp a good mix to make sure our seasonings are evenly spread. And then we're going to get to working on everything else. Now that the water is boiling, we're going to go ahead and put in our grits. And then we're going to let them do their thing. And now we're going to take a little bit of bacon fat, and we are going to use that to sauce our pan rather than butter. Just a little bit of bacon fat. And then we're going to go in with our andouille sausage. And we want to let our sausage get a little crisp on either side. So I actually had already did this part and didn't realize that this wasn't recording. So I took my sausage out and put it back in so you guys could see me do the bacon fat rather than just tell you. So that's why it looks like the sausage is already cooked. Checking on my grits, and my grits are looking great. I'm loving the consistency and the texture. And here is where I'm gonna go in with my cheese. All right, so that is my gourmet cheddar Gouda blend. I already had it in the refrigerator, so use what you have. I tell you, any cheese tastes good in some grits. I have used mozzarella, American, Gouda, Gruyere. I mean, I've used it all, probably every cheese, cream cheese. I've used every kind of cheese probably besides like blue cheese and feta in my grits. So anything else will work, so just use what you have. Please forgive me if you hear uh, carrying on in the background. I don't know what that child is back there doing, but I need to get this out to you, and I'm pretty sure you understand. So let's keep going. So as you saw, we went ahead and just mixed that cheese into the grits, and we're just gonna put it on low, let it simmer, and let it continue to do its thing. And now we're back with our andouille sausage. So you see how well it's cooked, it's browned, and that's all we need. So now we're gonna go in with the other vegetables that we had cut up. So that is white onion and our red bell pepper. And we just want to get those in the pan. So I moved the sausage out of the way to give it some free space on the bottom. And then we are going to go ahead and just let it cook until it's a little soft. We just want to take the crunch or the bite out of the onions and peppers. We want it to be soft and cooked until about translucent before we move on to the next step. All right, so now that my mixture there has gotten the consistency that I want, you just go in with a little cornstarch. Cornstarch is going to help be a thickener for the sauce that we create. All right, and you can see when you add in the cornstarch, it basically sucks up all of that available liquid. It takes in all of that flavor. All right, so I'm just creating some space in the pan and going ahead and letting those cook a couple of minutes on each side. Shrimp is really done after like 90 seconds, on each side, but cook to your preference. Just don't overcook, because when you overdo shrimp, then they become rubbery. So our shrimp is always like the last thing that we add in, because shrimp cooks so quickly. You really don't need to add it in any sooner. We are just letting everything do its thing, and then we are gonna flip it over. You'll see when shrimp is done, you'll see it start to like turn that white color, and also it'll like pull from the pan. When shrimp is done on one side, you won't have to like scrape it up or do anything to really get from under it. It kind of pulls away. So that's a little tip or trick. All right, so here's where we're gonna go in with the broth. We're gonna release all of those flavors that the cornstarch sucked up. All of that beautiful flavor and seasoning from the shrimp and onions and sausage. The one thing that I would do that you don't see in this video is I would have sprinkled a little bit of lemon juice to add some brightness. You're getting so much flavor from the bacon fat. You're getting flavor from the andouille. You're getting the wonderful flavor from the shrimp. A little bit of lemon juice would have brightened that profile up so much. So something that you don't see here that I ended up just sprinkling on as I was eating was a little bit of lemon juice. So I would definitely add that into the instructions for preparing this, and encourage you to do as well if you are going to make this. So as you can see, my grits were perfectly cooked. So I am just turning them off and letting them do their thing. So, you always cook or taste as you cook. So as you're tasting, make sure you add in what you notice. So if you need to add in some salt, if you need to add in anything else along the line, feel free to do so. It's always good to add in a little bit and then just build as you go. So now we are ready to plate this baby. So we are going to go ahead in with our creamy, cheesy grits. These grits are perfection. Cooking grits to me is like a science. Like, everybody can't make grits. Everybody should be able to make grits, but they just don't make grits the same way. All right, and now we are gonna top our grits with that beautiful, delicious, yummy andouille sausage with shrimp, with the peppers and onions and that sauce that we made just from the drippings of the pan. And then we're gonna garnish this with some green onion. And just look at that. It's just beautiful, colorful. And I know if your palate is set up the way mine is, you're looking at this like, this is going to be good. And it sure was. Look at that. Perfect. Perfectly cooked, perfectly seasoned. Just a touch of lemon juice would have made this, or did make it, that much more. But this is my go-to meal when I don't feel like doing too much. I can have a tasty meal in under 30 minutes. So I hope you like this meal. If you think you're going to try to make this at home, leave me a comment below. If you do make it, tell me what you think. But this is shrimp and grits. So thank you for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And thank you for watching. I love you.
I love you too. Bye.